Hello there. We are Geeks Assembled, and today me and Susan are discussing a 1998 movie starring Rufus Sewell, Kiefer Sutherland, Jennifer Connelly, William Hurt, just to name but a few. A strange one, this one. It's a sort of sci-fi noir movie called Dark City. I don't think many people know about this one. It bombed at the cinema, but it has gained cult status. So it's a story of the strangers taking over the city, controlling memories, creating scenarios to gain knowledge of how the human soul works. A very intriguing concept, and this is a year before Matrix came out.
Yeah.
So some resemblances in parts of this movie. So I'm going to go right over to Susan with our opening thoughts on Dark City.
Yes. Well, it's a bit like in what is that called? What's the movie by Leonardo DiCaprio? Inception, where things just roll over. This is like that, or it's like the opening credits of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That these cities or these buildings or these reality points are generated by these creative movements. And it's very steampunk. Oh my gosh, it's very steampunk. It's very cool. And I've never seen it. To be honest with you, I had never seen this movie. I thought I had, but there's no way that I had if I don't remember that. If I don't remember these crazy alien characters that look just like people, but are just definitely not people. And, not even computer programmed people, but like really not people. Like all the same, they're all white guys. Oh my God. Like talk about it's putting a fearful creature in the screen. Just fill the screen with white guys. Yeah, that's the way to scare the shit out of me anymore. I just say, I present company not included. Not no disrespectfully, but fucking white guys, you guys are scary as hell to me anymore. There was a bunch of you guys like in fact, white supremacists like marching through the streets of Boston last night. Yeah. But anyway, they looked like that or a little different. But anyway, it's all the same. And they're all soulless and stuff. And like that was just they were looking for what's in the soul. So it's kind of philosophical, and it's really, really it's very surreal, very steampunk surreal.
Yeah.
Not surreal like as in melty clock type thing, but as in stoppy clock type things. Yeah, there was a little element of time manipulation and things like that were always interesting.
As they called it, the tuning.
The tuning, yeah.
Strange, yeah. Weird concept.
Yeah, and yep, it was crazy, and the fact that he was looking for his wife or his lover, and trying to remember his parents and trying to remember the seaside or whatever, and turns out he's on the spaceship UK. And
Yeah.
beneath him, there's a star whale or something. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. That's Doctor Who, but
Yeah.
it was this. This is. I mean, that was. Now I've seen this. I know where they got their idea for that sort of starship
Yeah.
in space. It's all a
Every
city that look that the instead of like having the city in a bubble so that that you can populate the inside with atmosphere. They I don't know how they do that, but that the whole idea of atmosphere and it's I think that the movie's just so atmospheric that it doesn't matter that the space doesn't have any atmosphere. I don't know. It's just so weird. It's so good, and it's like the in the Star Wars universe and the Star Wars galaxy, there's air because all the ships make noise, all the people in space can breathe a little bit. They don't have airtight spaceships. They don't have any of that stuff going on. They just kind of have but this is like that. There's like I mean, there's hardly any difference, and so uh, that was interesting. And then the other thing that was really, I mean, the people shooting them up, Kiefer Sutherland running around with like this drug kit as like a shooting them up with memories. Man, that was some trippy stuff. Yeah,
it's
so that's a that and I mean I'm sure that there were some named actors in the milieu of Aliens, but I I have to look. I'm going to check my iPhone, but back over to you, Lee. For your opening and
well,
just don't mind me for a sec.
there's a lot of influence. If you're watching this on the screen, there's like influence of Metropolis in this.
Oh yeah, that too.
Terry Gilliam's Brazil.
Oh yeah, that's good.
The and what you mentioned earlier, the Inception movie, Christopher Nolan, I think has said he sort of got his ideas from
Dark City.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see a lot of influences. And to have the story, as it turns out, is nobody is who they say they are because the memories are of different people. You
Yep.
could wake up one morning and be a hotel manager, and the next day you're a newsstand vendor, like this guy did, with different memories. So you don't know who's what, who's real, what, who's who. Is Murdoch's wife really his wife, or is it just memories of someone else? It's really strange concept that they're doing this to find out how these people work, how and to put into John Murdoch the memories of a serial killer to find out how a serial killer works. And then of course he malfunctions sort of thing by becoming he can tune like the strangers do. And that's when the sort of story starts. And it's great. Say great cast. It's Rufus Sewell's the main character, William Hurt, Jennifer Connelly, Kiefer Sutherland as the Doctor, doing quite. I don't know if he was channeling Peter Lorre.
A little bit.
Little bit.
That's a really astute like statement
Yeah.
there.
He was sort of channeling a bit of Peter Lorre. But then also you have sort of the strangers. You've got Mr. Hand, Richard O'Brien,
Yep.
of course, well known for Riff Raff in Rocky Horror.
Mm-hmm.
Ian Richardson as Mr. Buck, the leader of the Strangers. He was a well-known British actor in movies, TV, in the original House of Cards from the UK. And also you had John Bluthwell as Uncle Carl, who
So what was John Booth all in?
He was Frank in Vicar of Dibley.
Oh yeah. All right.
To name about a few things, but he was a comedy actor and he'd been in loads of things, but mainly he well known these days as Frank, is the one who's boring Frank.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But yeah, it's a great
Well,
concept.
Frank Pickle,
Yes, that's it.
and he's the one who you should never get him started speaking.
Never ask him to do a speech. Yes.
Never. Yeah, right. Okay. Because he's so boring. Okay, gotcha. That's
But
very funny. Very, very. He's a wee little actor, but he's great. Yeah.
no longer with us, of course. But and I did read up on this that I don't know if it was the writer or the director of this, the concept of the Strangers. He pictured the Strangers looking like Riff out of Rocky Horror. That sort of white, pale, balding character.
Well, they nailed it.
And lo and behold, who did the cast as Mr. Hand? Richard O'Brien.
Richard O'Brien. Yes, right.
It was amazing. He was so eerily bad in this.
And Jennifer Connelly is like having a resurgence of popularity due to Top Gun. So, I mean, she just participated in a $1.5 billion movie so far.
Is she in it? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I hadn't seen it, so I will let you know when I have.
Sounds good.
And also the little boy stranger in the long coat and the hat. That was just weird. Very, very spooky. You see, you had all these tall guys, and then you had that little kid with the pale white skin.
Yeah.
I think, was he Mr. Sleep? I think it was Mr. Sleep.
Yeah.
But and as you say, it turns out they're not on Earth. This is why there's no sunshine, because they're in space. And all their memories have been messed with. So the strangers have abducted them from the era of, was it it's looking like the 20s, 30s?
Yeah, or the 1800s, because I don't know. It was so surreal. So much of the stuff, like the gates and things, were definitely from the 1800s. The brickwork was like, they stopped building a lot of brick stuff in like the early 1900s. 1700s was like those big colonnades and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just going by the fashion of the vehicles. I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, true.
So yeah, these strangers came along, scooped these people up out of their own, and created this world for them, not knowing that they were no longer on Earth.
Yep.
But yeah, it's, as I say, it bombed at the box office. It cost $27 million to make, and the box office it made 27.2. So it didn't really make much. So I don't know if that was promotion didn't work for it, or it was just bad timing on the movie part. I don't know, but
well, they never talked like, what was it? It was from 97 or something.
It was 98. This,
yeah, and they never talked about it. Like, it wasn't sort of, it wasn't sold hard at the theaters, and it wasn't sold hard in VHS and DVD release.
So someone must have bought it. Which fool bought it on DVD?
So this geeky guy that I know from Hull, I think. I do believe like that's who bought it.
I mean, that is a crappy cover, though. Look at that.
Yeah, the other one with like the big circle here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe it was all down to promotion, not being up to scratch. So, anything stand out for you in this movie?
Um, yeah, I can. Pink Floyd, The Wall, like there was sort of that feeling in it too. Yeah, music was really just quiet. The musical score was really
Who did the
un.
music? Trevor Jones.
Yeah, he was not. Anyway, you could see how they could have done something like, you know, using prog rock or techno. At that point there was techno, or you could have used
But
sort of.
if it was to capture the era of the movie set, because we don't find out until the end of the movie, like the characters, that they're not on Earth. So maybe they had the subtle soundtrack of the 1920s, 30s, because Jennifer Connelly was singing these old songs, wasn't she?
Yeah, that's what that I mean,
So
those
maybe
moments were really really
that was
great.
also to fool the audience as
You're
well.
right, those moments were amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yes, her singing was like the and I just hope that that was really her voice, because a lot of the time it's not.
I
But
mean,
the other thing was like you could have had Depeche Mode because of all the industrial noises that Depeche Mode uses.
yeah.
They would have been a really good soundtrack for 'em. I don't know. I would make I often would make different decisions than directors and producers make, but that's just me.
Well, the director of this was it's behind you there, Alex Proyas,
Yeah.
and he directed The Crow 4 years before.
Yeah.
What else has he done? I, Robot.
Oh, he did. Oh,
Yeah. Um, Gods of Egypt. That was his last movie he did. Gods in 2016. But yeah, it was for me visually, because it's all set in the dark. There isn't much visually outstanding. It's all to do with the lighting and the atmosphere of the mood of the movie. What's really good. So, and to see the effects of the buildings growing and changing and moving about the city, they don't go over the top with that.
I know.
Because this is 1998. These effects can be a bit dated now, but being it also in the dark, it doesn't really look that bad.
It doesn't look bad at all. It does the effects.
If that was done in,
It looks as good as the opening credits to Game of Thrones,
yeah.
which was so high tech. It felt so brand new. And now that I've seen this, I'm like, that's where they got that. That's pretty much something old and
Yeah,
pretty
it's
great.
yeah, it's as I say, if them scenes were done shot in the daytime and it was a daytime shoot, I think then the effects would be dated. But now they're in the dark, you can't see that much. Just this growing here, that growing there. It still stands the test of time, I think.
Yeah.
It's a shame that not many people know about this.
Yeah, this guy Alex Proyas also directed In Excess, Mike Oldfield, Crowded House, Cutting Crew, Alphaville.
Oh, music videos, yeah.
Yeah, he did a lot of music videos of people that he could have used for this movie, and his decision was to just leave it the ambient soundtrack and then the songs.
That's true, yeah.
Excuse me.
Did a Sting video as well, yeah.
Yeah, he did a lot of good sort of
So anything else you'd like to say about Dark City? Because I've tried looking it up, but it doesn't say anything about it being from a graphic novel or anything like that. But it's got a graphic novel feel to it.
It does. That is so true. I'll wink at that. Yeah, that's good.
It comes across as you could pick up the book and read the graphic novel.
Yeah.
But there might be a graphic novel after the movie. I don't know. But I'll have to look that up at some point. Anything else you'd like to say about the Dark City?
Nope.
No? Okay, then we will go to final say and score. Over to you.
All right. Well, due to the fact that it's a really good movie, and it's very surreal, and it's really, really intense, and it's really, really it's construction, and it's steampunk, and it's mechanical, and it's wheels and cogs and blocks and jumps and pushes and stuff like that. It's levers and chains and all sorts of good stuff, and gates, and it is and those white guys, all those white guys standing around looking at the clock. It was so weird. That was so weird. And then Rufus Sewell, who has done so many cool things. He is a really amazing actor.
And he got his butt out in this.
And he got his butt out too. Yeah, it's true. And so I'll give this a 10. I don't see that I will. Now that I've seen it, I'll probably end up getting it because it's so good.
Cool.
And I just, producers of Game of Thrones. I found out where you did that. Inception. I figured it out. I figured out where it all came from.
It didn't take long. Didn't take long.
Well, it did for me, man. Anyway.
For me, yeah, it's stylish. It's
that's
as you said, steampunk. It's stylish steampunk. It's a great story. The concept of this story is brilliantly done. So I'm gonna give it 10 as well. I'm gonna give it 10 false memories out of 10. Who are we to know? We might be having that thing there. And
yeah, I mean, I could have watched this movie 10, 20, 25 years ago, but I just didn't remember.
You had someone else's memory. Who knows? Yeah.
I occasionally get a pimple right here. So is that just somebody shooting a memory in there?
Blame Keitha.
I will blame Kiefer. There you
go.
Yeah,
so that's our little review of Dark City, guys. If you haven't seen it, Go out there and watch it. It's freely available on any streaming site and even purchase.
Yeah, you're gonna have to purchase it because it isn't free, but that's
Yeah.
okay because it may be worth it to you.
So please leave a comment below if you've seen it. Let us know what you thought of the movie. Please leave us a comment or messages if you'd like to be in this thriving environment of geeks assembled. Be part of our group. Please get in touch. Leave us a message. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, as I've mentioned, Insta. We're all over the place. Just leave us a message. All we ask is that you please be 18 plus. Because I say some things we discuss, movies, TV shows, aren't for the young sometimes. But please have a laptop or a PC or a tablet or a phone with a working camera and microphone. And on YouTube, what was she gonna do then?
That's the camera.
Oh right. Oh
Sorry.
no, that's the camera.
Yeah, right.
On YouTube, please press the bell notification button and you will get a notification bell ding, every time we put up a video. It could be a movie, TV, audio drama, whatever, because we don't care. We do anything. So
Yeah, we don't care. We'll do everything.
we're not tied down to one subject.
We're not tied down. We're free. Yeah, right.
This is Sparta.
This is Sparta.
Oh, still a bit chesty.
I'm so sorry. You've been doing these podcasts with COVID. My friend, you are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
God, what a trooper.
Yes, I know.
The Brigadier would be so proud of you. Seriously. Oh, poor guy.
So, that is everything, I think, Susan. So we will say our little farewells until next time, guys. Please look at our back catalogue in our channel. Feel free to leave comments, give us a thumbs up and whatever, because we have got a plethora.
So much. We've done close to 800 videos. It's crazy.
So, you're free to choose whatever you want to watch, just as long as you give us a thumbs up. So until next time, guys, please be safe. Bye for now.